SVG-TV News headlines sponsored in part by Flow.
With Flow, win a bag of money, cash out, get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money, yeah? From Flow.
Okay, so check this. Flow is giving away $30,000 in cash. 2 bags of money, plus $1,000 every Friday.
With Flow is better every day, and now we're making Fridays great. There's 3 ways that you can play. So listen up, top up, $5 or more. Right now, just switch to Flow. Get a plan, 1 gig or more. If you wanna win cash galore. With Flow, win a bag of money, cash out, get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money, yeah? From Flow.
So top up, get a plan, or port now to win. Flow terms and conditions apply.
In headlines, fatal shooting of a nurse raises concern about the growing level of domestic violence against women in SVG. UWI Pro Vice Chancellor confident the Caribbean will be able to weather the current health scare posed by the coronavirus. Divided Britons bemoan and celebrate Brexit Day. And in sports, National Women's Cricket Squad off to defend their title in the Windward Islands Female Limited Overs Cricket Tournament. These and other stories coming up in SVG-TV's Evening News and Sports.
SVG-TV News headlines sponsored in part by Flow.
With Flow, win a bag of money, cash out, get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money, yeah? From Flow.
Okay, so check this. Flow is giving away $30,000 in cash. 2 bags of money, plus $1,000 every Friday.
With Flow is better every day, and now we're making Fridays great. There's 3 ways that you can play. So listen up, top up, $5 or more. Right now, just switch to Flow. Get a plan, 1 gig or more. If you wanna win cash galore. With Flow, win a bag of money, cash out, get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money, yeah? From Flow.
So top up, get a plan, or port now to win. Flow terms and conditions apply.
Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV's News and Sports for Friday, January the 31st, 2020. I am Bhavanova with the details. SVG recorded its first homicide for 2020 yesterday afternoon. The victim is Cuban-born Ariana Taylor Israel, a nurse attached to the Milton K2 Memorial Hospital. According to reports, Taylor Israel, who is living in Cattels, went to the St. Martin Secondary School around 3:30 p.m. to pick up her son, when she and a man in a Toyota Harrier shot at her at several times and drove off. Taylor was rushed to the Milton K2 Memorial Hospital, where she died about an hour later. The man who shot at the nurse was later identified to be her husband, Mitch Israel. The two were said to be going through a divorce. Israel is now in custody, assisting the police with their investigations. Our news team visited Cattels today, where the couple lived with their 2 sons. Neighbors were tight-lipped about the shooting incident. However, off camera, they described the nurse as a quiet and easygoing person. One elderly woman said she knows a couple, but they were private persons.
See them pass up and down, they're not the friendly people. Well, me excuse she for that because she's not a Vincentian, right? So, thing. But I sorry for the 2 children as a mother, children, and you lose your mother. And you're there without no mother. It's hard. It's hard. No person could mother their children like their mother. Don't care how you try. The mother always have a tender spot in the heart for the child. And you should have think. Definitely make her, and especially in front of the child at school. So you should have think.
I feel like she have to leave home.
Our news team spoke with several other persons who condemned the shooting incident and said that women need to be more empowered and speak up when they are facing problems in the home.
Well, if ladies having a problem and they come and share it with others, they can't know to counsel them. Sometimes you have to come and share your problem with others that you could get help. Now only in the community could know that you are the person cussing, but you have to go to high authorities and share your problem with them so that they can do something in order to stop it from reaching so far. But most people conceal it to themselves. Yeah. Some people back down, the ladies back down and say no. But I think that they're supposed to go to the courts. And the courts go do something about it. Because when you leave things like that, it come in like the country gain a bad name about ladies. A lady is supposed to make a step. Yeah?
And they will come and complain to you. And then you will give them advice and they do listen to your advice. They go and do something else different. So, not everybody like to speak out on the problem, right? Some people like to hold it to themselves.
In a statement, the SVG Nurses Association said the nursing fraternity has lost another gem in the nursing profession, as they mourn with the family and close friends of Nurse Taylor, especially her 2 sons. The association said Taylor Israel was a dedicated and hard-working nurse who was a former executive member of the association, and that she will be greatly missed. There must be an open and frank discussion to uncover the root causes of domestic violence in the society today. So says Reverend Adolph Davis, Superintendent of the Kingston Chateaubriand Circuit of the Methodist Church, during a telephone interview with SVG-TV News. Reverend Davis said with the advances in society, persons have been turning away from their Christian values, which she believes is one of the contributing factors in a rise in domestic violence.
Look at how they organize themselves and they function very communally as a society. And we have shifted in many respects. You look at how they tried to be a very religious, God-fearing, even though sometimes their religion may not have gone more than skin deep society. And we are walking away from those things. Those things we have to ask questions about to figure out why is it that these incidents are taking place. And so I am saying this to say we can have the immediate knee-jerk, very emotive response and say, wow, this is craziness. We need to tell the men them stop, and this is, we need to speak out against it. Or do we need to ask some fundamental questions about what has changed in our society and whether or not this is the price we are paying for those changes and how we reevaluate ourselves. And I'm convinced that one of the changes that has taken place over the years, apart from our values, is our sense of godliness. And there's no doubt in my mind, the less godly people are, is the more they're going to lack a deep sense of neighborliness. But there's much more to it than that, but just to offer that one perspective.
Reverend Davis said while legislative reform can play a role in addressing the issue, this is only a short-term solution. Another solution which persons have suggested is the use of counseling. However, Reverend Davis said this will not bring about a long-term solution.
Counseling is a band-aid. Counseling is a band-aid solution. Counseling is not addressing the solution. Counseling is not addressing the cause of the problem. And so you will have to, no doubt, as the instances occur, as you identify some of the brokenness and so forth, you will have to have counseling interventions. But counseling interventions tend to come after you see a problem. So, for example, a young man may grow up, in a dysfunctional home, not growing up in the preferred arrangement with a stable mother and father. But he looks as if he's managing well all the time because, he's going to school, getting good grades. And sometimes it's not until he explodes that we realize that he really was not doing well. And now counseling comes into the equation.
The Methodist minister said many questions related to manhood and masculinity must be asked, and an environment where such conversations can be had must be encouraged.
Some people argue that men who resort to violence feel powerless, and their way in which they're trying to, as it were, feel empowered is violence. No, I said to the person, if you go with that thesis, that theory, it means that if you're going to try to address this problem of man's powerlessness, the conversation may very well be one about empowering men. So, politically, in our modern society, the concept of empowering men immediately evokes serious disquiet and discomfort. You immediately begin to provoke thoughts of chauvinism and patriarchy, because we associate patriarchy with power and all of that. And so you have a real problem So I'm using that as an example to say, how do we honestly evaluate the problem?
In other news, the police have arrested and jointly charged Jim Roy Phillips, a 23-year-old fisherman of Rolling Hill, and Roland Cato, a 20-year-old laborer of Ratamil, with the offense of theft. The police said the accused men allegedly stole one black knapsack value containing a quantity of items, the property of a 27-year-old medical doctor of Slovenia. The incident occurred at Canash Beach on Wednesday this week. Meanwhile, the police have arrested and jointly charged Les Warren, a 21-year-old laborer of Lomans Leeward, and Gerald Tash, a 27-year-old laborer of Calder, with an unlicensed firearm and ammunition possession. The accused men were allegedly met in possession of one Glock 19, 9mm pistol, and 16 rounds of 9mm ammunition without a license issued under the Firearms Act. The incident occurred at Lomans Leeward on Tuesday. These persons were expected to appear before the Serious Offences Court yesterday to answer to their respective charges. Sigilla McDowell has been confirmed as SVG's Director of Public Prosecution after acting in a post for almost 2 years. The announcement was made on a radio program by Prime Minister Dr. Rav Gonsalves, who is also the Minister of Legal Affairs. McDowell had acted at the post since Colin Williams left in 2018 to become a judge in Belize. Infectious disease specialist Dr. Joseph Davey continues to encourage persons here to engage in proper hygienic practices to prevent the spread of various viruses. Her comments comes as many countries around the world are in heightened alert for the deadly coronavirus originated from China. Dr. Davey said the coronavirus, also referred to as the Wuhan virus, is similar to SARS, and the symptoms are similar to that of the flu.
The signs and symptoms for coronavirus, the novel coronavirus, would be fever with or without respiratory illness. We're talking about coughing, shortness of breath. Those are the main symptoms. As you can tell, they're no different from any flu or any of your regular influenza or flu-like viral illness out there. The incubation period for this virus is 2 to 14 days. And when we speak of case definition for persons who would suspect for having coronavirus, it would be people with fever and or respiratory illness who would have been associated to a confirmed case of the 2019 coronavirus, or would have been in a place where there's known transmission of the virus.
The infectious disease specialist said a good immune system along with proper hygienic practices is a good defense against such viruses.
In terms of prevention from any viral illness, and you would hear me preach all the time, proper hand washing techniques. We use public transport. If you don't have access to running water and soap at that moment, you can use alcohol-based hand sanitizer, 70% or more. If you have a cough or a cold, you really should refrain from public settings, refrain from taking public transport, seek the advice of your doctor. For now, the Caribbean remains at a low risk for this coronavirus, but it doesn't mean that we should not pay attention to what's happening. We should always be on our lookout, especially for persons traveling to a region where the coronavirus is present. So we have the hand washing, the proper cough etiquette, just good sanitation in general, and you keep your immune system up and pumping with your vitamin C, good nutrition, and that should be proper prevention from viruses.
While the risk to the region remains low, many countries are taking steps to keep out the virus. Dr. Davis says here at home, the surveillance systems have been beefed up, and they use the opportunity to give some interesting stats relating to the virus.
Of course. So should we have a suspect probable case of the 2019 novel coronavirus, that person would obviously have to be entering St. Vincent because we currently don't have it. So our ports of entries, we have beefed up our surveillance. Mind you, when I say beef up, that's because surveillance is always available. And should the case come here, they will be properly managed and isolated until the incubation period, the period of infectiousness, has disappeared. And that person would not be allowed to walk around in public so that they will be transmitting the virus to anyone. So yes, there are measures that will be taken place taking place should we have a person with coronavirus. Mind you, I know that everyone seems a little scared because of the spread, but the fatality associated to coronavirus is roughly only about a 2%. The persons who are dying are the elderly with suppressed immune system, people over 65. So 2%, we know that any death should be unavoidable, and we don't like when people die. But 2% is really not a lot compared to something like Ebola with 50% in the last outbreak, 50%.
High Praises Gospel Concert to be held tomorrow evening at the Victoria Park. This and other stories coming up when we return with more local news. Stay with us.
The local news sponsored in part by Flow.
With Flow, win a bag of money, cash out, get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money, yeah? From Flow.
Okay, so check this. Flo is giving away $30,000 in cash. 2 bags of money, plus a grand every Friday.
With Flow is better every day, and now we're making Fridays great. There's 3 ways that you can play. So listen up, top up, $5 or more. Right now, just switch to Flow. Get a plan, 1 gig or more. If you wanna win cash galore. With Flow, win a bag of money, cash out, get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money, yeah? From Flow.
So top up, get a plan, or port now to win. Flow terms and conditions apply.
Star Limited is now located on the 3rd floor of the First St. Vincent Bank building. They have extended their range of products and furniture, including patio sets, closets, shoe casing, beds and mattresses, TV cabinets, and kitchen cupboards, just to name a few of their luxurious pieces, all at unbelievable prices. Don't just take my word for it. Check them out upstairs the First St. Vincent Bank building. And don't forget, they still have the best in windows, doors, burglar bars, rails, and vanities. Star Limited, where quality and style is our motto.
A funeral service should be one that you can be proud of, one that leaves lasting memories of your loved ones. And that's where you need the New Haven Funeral Home. We are proud of the quality and class we have brought to the industry. We are proud for having trained the very first certified embalmers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are proud of leading the way in terms of live streaming of funerals online so that your family members overseas could also be part of the celebration of life. We are constantly improving our services. We are driven by customer satisfaction, and we are proud of all that we do.
New Haven Funeral Home.
Kidney disease is a growing concern around the world and here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Chronic kidney disease is a life-threatening condition which occurs when a person's kidneys are no longer able to clean the toxins and waste products from the blood or perform other kidney functions normally. When this happens, a person needs dialysis. Dialysis is where a machine takes over the function of the kidney and safely removes the poisonous waste from the blood. Since 2012, Health Solutions Inc. has operated a full-service hemodialysis facility in SVG that offers state-of-the-art equipment, courteous, well-trained staff, and a comfortable treatment environment.
We're encouraging for early detection. Anyone who is either diabetic or hypertensive and has any questions or concerns, please contact us at 784-451-2836 or visit us at www.healthsolutionssvg.org.
Stay in. turn off the alarm clock, and sleep some more on your perfect mattress from Quartz. For the widest range of mattresses from the world's best brands, the best value guaranteed. Shop today and let our sleep experts help you to decide on the best option to suit your needs. At Quartz, we don't just sell mattresses, we're offering you the best night's sleep. So, sleep in a little on your new mattress from Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
Welcome back. Vincentians are being invited to High Praises Gospel concert this Saturday evening at the Victoria Park. The concert will commence from 6:30 p.m. with performances from a number of local gospel artists, with the feature act out of Africa, Atta Balfour. Pastor Castian Cupid said the concert will be sharing a powerful testimony, which he hopes will help the youth of SVG who are struggling with homosexuality and drug addiction.
I'm going to share my testimony, and I want to encourage the young people, because I visited the prison a few days ago, and when I look at the men in prison, the ages are from 18 to 40, so we are losing our young men. So I want to share my testimony, maybe who can help somebody who came out of prison, who was struggling with homosexual, who was struggling with drugs, who was struggling with alcohol. I believe my testimony could bring restoration, could bring healing to them. So I want to encourage you to come down to the Victoria Park. This is not about a show, but this is about doing ministry for the Lord.
Feature artist Minister Atta Balfour said that the Gospel Comfort is a platform for persons who are hurt and heartbroken to experience the healing power of God.
Let's expect God to visit His people once again. I was telling Pastor Cupid, this is the year of the prophetic. It's a year of the double blessing. So it's about being available for God to use us to, these days they are people are battling with drug addiction, all sort of abuse and heartbreaks and a whole lot of things happening in families and issues that we don't want to see in our lives. But this is the year that anything that the Bible says, anything that the enemy has stolen from you, He's going to give you double. So it's just God creating a platform where His people will come together and then surrender and then say, Lord, take over.
Here is a snippet of what can be expected from the feature artist Atta Balfour at tomorrow's concert.
Hey, my God is good, oh, everything a double, oh, a double, promotion, double, oh, a double, oh. This is just a teaser. Come to the park on Saturday. It's going to be epic. It's going to be. Those of you that have experienced my ministry, you know that it's high energy. And then when we come down, we just fall flat before the presence of God and then give Him the worship that He's due. That is what we are here for. It's all about Jesus.
Everybody's invited.
Everybody. It's a gospel event.
13 contestants will participate in this year's Toastmasters Area Speech Contest that will be held at the conference room of the Girls Guides headquarters tomorrow, Saturday, February the 1st, from 4 to 6 p.m. The speech contest, held annually, will have 3 categories: the International Speech Contest, the Evaluation Speech Contest, and the Tables Topic Speech Contest. This year's contest chairperson is Area Director Tamira Brown. The winners of this year's International and Table Topics Contest will advance to the Division Speech Contest to be held in Barbados in April. Vincentian Toastmaster Anika Stapleton in 2009, after winning the area level contest, advanced to the district contest in Jamaica, and after placing first, represented SVG and the entire Caribbean in the Toastmasters International Worldwide International Speech Contest in Connecticut of the USA. The Taiwan Embassy is now accepting applications for the 2020 academic year for its scholarship program. The application deadline is March 31st, 2020. The embassy says interviews will be done in April and announcements made in June. Persons can collect an application form from the embassy at Murray Road. Applicants are asked to have a photocopy of their SVG passport and a photocopy of their highest level diploma and the acceptance letter from a Mandarin training center affiliated with a university in Taiwan. Applicants may apply for admission to any degree program leading to an undergraduate 4 years, master's 2 years, or doctorate 4 years. For the Taiwan International Cooperation and Development Fund ICDF Scholarship Program, applications end on March 15, 2020. The scholarship program enables students to pursue specified master's or doctoral degree programs in 21 partner universities of ICDF, which commences in September 2020. UWI Pro Vice Chancellor confident the Caribbean will be able to weather the current health scare posed by the coronavirus. This from the region when we return. Stay with us.
That was a local news segment.
The Everready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years' experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs, and wreaths. Arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Everready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Everready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494. Everready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Juicy, juicy, drink today. Juicy, juicy, same great taste. Juicy, juicy, the original drink. It's a Vinci thing. Get your red and banana, pineapple, juicy cola, orange or apple. Juicy for you and for your neighbor. It's a Vinci thing. Enjoy it juicy, the original Vinci thing. Juicy.
LA Unique Upholstery. Quality at a low cost. We build to suit your needs. Contact us at Redemption Shops 457-0182 or Stony Grounds 453-2089.
Brick by brick, piece by piece, building with technology, helping wealth increase, starting small, building the future, doing more every day, doing more together. BOSVG, the bank we count on. BOSVG, our one bank together we're strong. Our nation's bank, standing long and proud. One bank, one voice, saying it loud. BOSVG. Hey, building our future. Doing more together.
OSBG, doing more together.
Would you like to satisfy all your hardware and household needs in one store? Then come to True Value. We offer ample parking and friendly staff to make shopping easy, enjoyable, and convenient. Come to True Value for all your household curtains, bed sheets, pillows, bath and kitchen towels, throw pillows, housewares, and kitchen supplies. True Value caters to your hardware, electrical, plumbing, and automotive needs, and a wide range of tools. Come and check our toys, stationery, and paints. While you're there, pick up your lawn and garden supplies and patio furniture. You can even have your extra keys cut while you shop in air-conditioned comfort. Our prices at True Value are competitive. True Value, so much more than just a hardware store.
Why not stay in, turn off the alarm clock, and sleep some more on your perfect mattress from Quartz? For the widest range of mattresses from the world's best brands, the best value guaranteed. Shop today and let our sleep experts help you to decide on the best option to suit your needs. At Quartz, we don't just sell mattresses, we're offering you the best night's sleep. So, sleep in a little on your new mattress from Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
The regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have have 10% off for seniors. Children under 3, we're here for your convenience. Prescription services, leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy, Massey Stores Pharmacy, where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Welcome back. In our news from the region, we hear that the Caribbean will be able to weather the current health scare posed by the coronavirus. That's the view of Pro Vice Chancellor for the Undergraduate Studies at the University of the West Indies, Professor Clyde Landis. Addressing a UWI Vice Chancellor's Forum on Thursday under the theme, Demystifying the Coronavirus, Professor Landis pointed to 2 viruses that the region in the past decade, such as the Zika, chikungunya, and H1N1. He believes these were adequately addressed and the Caribbean can do the same this time around.
It really doesn't seem that long ago that we were sitting in this position faced with a very worrying outbreak of a new virus, of course the Zika virus. And in the last 10 years, if we just cast our minds back here in the Caribbean, we have had the H1N1 so-called swine flu virus of 2009. Then we had the chikungunya virus in 2013. We had the Zika virus in 2016. In between, in 2014, we had a lucky escape from the Ebola virus. And here we are now faced with a new virus, the 2019 coronavirus. And what I will say to everyone watching live online is that we will get over this. We have been here before and we will get over this. We are a very resilient people in the Caribbean. And our university is now playing an increasing role in helping to work with our stakeholders in the region and with our communities to address these kind of health emergencies.
However, Professor Landis says there is now a need for the region to build its own indigenous laboratory capacity.
So our viral detection capacity has increased, and with every epidemic and with more coordination, it gets stronger. And it's important that we build our own indigenous capacity to carry out laboratory testing, because that's what's needed, particularly in a fast-moving epidemic. So let's say you have a visitor at the airport or in the community who is showing some symptoms. You need to be able to identify this person as quickly as possible. Do they have the virus of concern or not? Can you eliminate them, or do they need to be put into quarantine? And we need to have that answer quite quickly.
Trinidad and Tobago's National Security Minister Stuart Young says he has identified people who he claims have been benefiting from crime. Young says he backed up his inferences before a joint select committee on Wednesday during an inquiry into national security. We hear more in this report.
National Security Minister Stuart Young has kept good on his promise to tell all and explain what he meant by statements linking opposition MPs to members of the criminal underworld. Speaking at today's post-cabinet media briefing, Young confirmed his appearance at the Joint Select Committee on National Security on Wednesday. According to him, during the 2-hour-long inquiry, he identified the people whom he claimed were aligned to criminals and recent illicit activities. He, however, did not say whether they belonged to the opposition UNC.
Information was brought to my attention by, amongst others, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service with respect to that. And yes, it was very important, and I took the decision to notify the public of what it is I've said so far.
But with questions over the accuracy and credibility of his serious allegations, Minister Young said he was equipped with tools to support his inferences as to who were the players involved in the uptick in crime.
I had put down markers, and I reminded the committee of that since February of last year, August of last year, October of last year, November and December, and then again here in January of this year.
He said while he had no problems with the JSC being broadcast live, it was not due to national security issues. Meanwhile, Young said the matter is also being addressed outside the walls of Parliament.
All of the matters that I raised yesterday are the subject of police investigation, and I'm allowing the police, as we should all allow the police, to conduct their investigation and to hopefully conclude their investigations.
Oropouche East MP Dr. Rudal Munilal had called on the National Security Minister to explain what he meant by a recent statement suggesting certain individuals were benefiting from crime.
Still in news from the region, the United States Ambassador to Jamaica, Donald Tapia, says he is confident that the Jamaican government can handle the pressures of Communist China. However, he said that as the country braces for the election period, a greater level of transparency is needed in the bilateral agreements with China. We hear more in this report.
The diplomatic relationship between Jamaica and China has been the center of scrutiny by the United States ever since the government signed onto the Chinese Belt and Road Initiative in April last year. Even since U.S. Ambassador to Jamaica Donald Tapia took up his position last year, he has been questioning China's motives for doing business with a democracy like Jamaica.
The U.S. cannot sit idly by and not speak out. Simply, Jamaica is a clear track record of being a champion of human rights.
According to the Jamaican government, the Chinese have been reliable partners, and while there has been no new investment for 2019, Prime Minister Andrew Holness visited China last November to strengthen ties with the communist country. Mr. Tapia argues that China's government is methodical. He says as Jamaica braces for general elections, there needs to be more transparency in the relationship with China.
Sometimes when you're a politician, you look to the next election, but yet when you look 20 years from now, what is the outcome 20 years from now?
Jamaica reportedly received $2.1 billion from China between 2005 to 2017.
Divided Britons bemoan and celebrate Brexit Day. This from the international scene when we return. Stay with us.
That was a regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Singer is a family store. We sell everything you need for your kitchen and more. Top brands and appliances. TVs, fridges, cookers. We make your life so easy. Just come in and see us. A wide range of furniture. Right here at Singer. Affordable beds and mattresses. Right here at Singer. Washing machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store that gives you the best hire purchase deals. Right here at Singer. We'll outfit your home. Right here at Singer. The #1 family store. It's us with Singer.
Bowman's Pharmacy, why choose us? We have all the prescriptions and over-the-counter medications, personal care products, lowest price guaranteed. Located conveniently next to the Bank of SVG on Grenville Street. Opening hours Monday to Thursday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Email us bowmanpharmacy@yahoo.com. Call us today at 456-2235 or 593-3918. Bowman's Pharmacy, easy to find and ready to serve you.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way, Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Now you love Super 6 even more. With more money to the jackpot galore.
Win more, have more fun.
With more jackpot money, Super 6 is my #1.
With the new and improved Super 6 team, the jackpot keeps growing and growing and growing.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way, Super 6 a bigger jackpot game. Super 6, bigger jackpots, more chances to
win. Why not stay in? Turn off the alarm clock and sleep some more on your perfect mattress from Quartz. For the widest range of mattresses from the world's best brands, the best value guaranteed. Shop today and let our sleep experts help you to decide on the best option to suit your needs. At Quartz, we don't just sell mattresses. We're offering you the best night's sleep. So, sleep in a little on your new mattress from Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
SVG-TV International News segment sponsored in part by Carez Distribution Limited.
For over 60 years, we have sought only the best beans grown in the lush hills of the Andean mountains of Colombia. Cold Cafe. We carefully select only the very best beans and roast them to delicious perfection by our experienced roast masters. Cold Cafe. Cold Cafe treats you to one of the finest coffees in the world, available in classic and decaffeinated. A rich flavor and aroma that can only come from 100% Colombian coffee. Cold Cafe. Indulge yourself in our delicious cappuccinos available in classic mocha and French vanilla. Enjoy them hot to warm your soul or cool to cool you down. Either way, they are incredibly satisfying. So go ahead, enjoy Cold Cafe and treat yourself.
Let's go further afield now. It's Brexit Day, and Britons on both sides of the divide have been telling the world how they feel. For those who want it out, today is a day of celebration. Those on the opposing side are making their displeasure known.
It's just simple, really. Just raise your hand, put a smiley face, and just like that. It's just bye-bye. You know, they should be happy that we've left. You know, I'm glad that we have left. We're just a small island that can, you know, we're not being bossed by Europe now. We're going to boss them.
Remember that we're a little country now and they're holding the whip hand, so don't try and push it too much because you're negotiating from weakness.
Grew up in times where we were part of Europe, everything was going well, property prices were rising, and for me, why change a winning formula?
At this current time, with the climate emergency that we have, with the things going on in Russia and the rest of the world, Europe actually needs to remain and stay together and work together.
The exit is only the start. The real prize is the free trade agreement that we need to negotiate, because that's going to be what's going to really dominate people's lives. We need to know exactly, businesses need to know exactly what it is, what rules there are going to be, what customs checks are going to be, what tariffs, if any tariffs, are going to be. And none of that is decided. So if people think this is the end of Brexit and the Prime Minister's slogan of get Brexit done obviously worked to win the election, they're going to find out very quickly that Brexit is far from over. Brexit won't be over for 10 years.
Still in the UK, health officials had warned it was only a matter of time, and soon enough came confirmation of what they had been preparing for. The first case of the coronavirus in the UK were confirmed with 2 people from the same family being treated in isolation at a Newcastle hospital. They both fallen ill at a hotel in New York. Public Health England has upgraded the risk level of the virus from low to moderate.
Unwelcome but expected, the coronavirus has hit the UK. It's inside this hospital in Newcastle, where 2 patients from the same family are now in isolation and being treated by specialist NHS staff. These pictures taken last year show a team in Newcastle training for this very eventuality. Dressed in protective clothing and practicing specific procedure, they're well prepared. The priority for medical experts now is tracking the movements of the 2 infected patients.
This is about finding, working backwards through all the people someone might have been in close contact with, and I would like to stress that this is people have been in close contact with, not just passing in the street or something of that sort. So those are the people who we just want to make sure that if they had symptoms, we know about it early and that we're aware of the risk.
The 2 patients were staying in this hotel in York when they became unwell. On Wednesday, the building was put on lockdown as some family members, believed to be Chinese nationals, were taken to hospital displaying symptoms of this new strain of coronavirus. It's one which is highly contagious. There's no vaccine, humans don't have immunity, and the virus could mutate, so it's hard to control. Signs of infection include respiratory symptoms, fever, coughing and breathing difficulties, but in severe cases it can cause pneumonia and even kidney failure. Good hand hygiene is the best form of prevention. Not a word from the Health Secretary today, only a slight nod to reassure the public.
Are we safe, Mr. Hancock?
But this is a country which has been on high alert for weeks. On Monday, a man was rushed from his home in Birmingham to hospital by medics in biohazard suits after displaying symptoms. He's one of 175 people who've been tested for coronavirus and proved to be negative. The official line is not to panic, but this hasn't stopped face masks running out in some places across the UK. And for those people returning from China, not just Wuhan, who have cold or flu-like symptoms, the advice is to self-isolate and call 111.
I think it's important to reassure the public that we have a lot of experience in terms of dealing with influenza, particularly recently pandemic influenza. So our plans around managing this are very similar to those in terms of surveillance and preparedness, and then management as we move through the outbreak to support patients and the public at this time.
The world is still learning about this new coronavirus, which is rapidly spreading by the day. With 2 cases now in the UK, the race is on to work out who's had contact with the infected patients. Health officials have no idea how high that number could be.
Well, that's the news. Sports is just ahead, but before that, let's take a look at the local weather forecast.
SVG-TV International News segment was sponsored in part by Carez Distribution Limited.
Let's go! Turn up the fun!
With Chocolisto and its great flavor, enriched with vitamins and minerals that help you grow.
Chocolisto makes you big and strong!
The weather report sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentions for years with their high prices. Then came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
Let's now take a look at the local weather conditions. Conditions cloudy and hazy. Winds northeast at 11 kilometers per hour. Temperature 26.8 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 81%. Barometric pressure 1015.8 millibars. 24-hour rainfall trace. Today's maximum temperature 30.1 degrees Celsius and today's minimum temperature 25.5 degrees Celsius. Sunset today at 6:05 p.m. and sunrise tomorrow 6:31 a.m. Forecast, fair to partly cloudy and hazy with brief scattered showers. Synopsis, weak instability is affecting the islands.
The weather report was sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
Brick by brick, piece by piece, building with technology, helping wealth increase. Starting small, building the future, doing more every day, doing more together. BOSVG. Bank, standing long and proud. One bank, one voice, sing it loud. BOSVG. Hey, building our future. Doing more together.
BOSVG, doing more together.
Welcome to the evening sports. The SVG female cricket squad left the state this afternoon to take part in the Windward Islands Female Limited August cricket competition, which will take place in St. Lucia from February 1st to the 6th. The national 30-member squad includes 3 newcomers, off-spinner Alison Antoine and Zaria Jack, along with fast bowler Isha Williams. The remainder of the squad includes Captain Stacey Ann Adams, Cordell Jack, Juliana Nero, Cameron Homer, Jafina Joseph, Venetia King, Samantha Kane, Kimon Homer, and Janelia Glasgow. SVG is the defending champions in the 50 overs, and Captain Adams is confident the team will win both titles. Adams believes the team's style of play will benefit them in the T20 format. Adams also says SVG's toughest opponent will be host St. Lucia. Sydney Sixers skittled Melbourne Stars for just 99 to punch their ticket to the Big Bash League final with a comprehensive 43-1 win in Friday's quarterfinal. The Stars finished off the top of the table but suffered 3 straight defeats at the end of the regular season, while the Sixers, who will now get to host the final, won as many on the spin heading into the match. It was a contest that followed the form book, with Steve O'Keefe 2 for 22, Sean Abbott 3 for 23, and Josh Hazelwood 2 for 14 impressing, while Nathan Leon and Ben DeWashius each took a wicket. Only 3 Stars batsmen made double figures at the MCG, in a poor chase in reply to the Sixers' 142 for 7, which looked well on the par with Josh Phillips 34, the highest knock of a low-scoring affair. The Stars, whose score represents their lowest in BBL, have another chance to make the final and will meet winners of Saturday's match between Adelaide Strikers and Sydney Thunder. The North and Central American Caribbean Athletics Association will be appointing an organizational as well as a technical delegation to Guyana to ensure the successful hosting of the 50th Carifta Games. We hear more in this HGP-TV report.
Never hosted the Carifta Games will have the opportunity to do so when it hosts the 50th anniversary of the Games in 2021. President of the Guyana Athletics Association, Aubrey Hudson, on Thursday morning at the National Racquet Center, Wolford Avenue, said that the team is here on a 2-day visit to make sure that Guyana is in step with what needs to be done to ensure the successful pull-off of the regional marquee event.
We bring acknowledgement or the progress that we've shown in track and field in Guyana to be honored in such a way to run the 50th running of a championships that has been on par with anything else you'll see around the world, or even better at the junior level. I think it's an honor for us in Guyana to be given the privilege of running this meet.
Michael Sands, president of the North American, Central America and Caribbean Athletics Association, noted that the team is on a fact-finding mission. Sands noted that since this is Guyana's first time hosting the event, and it's the Jubilee anniversary of the longest running junior competition in the world, the association is looking forward to supporting Guyana and is expecting all of the member states to participate in the 50th Games.
So our visit is going to be very short, but it won't be the last, I assure you. And so we were just here to ensure that the timelines are being met, and we've been doing, as I said, some fact-finding missions and moving around, looking at the venues and other facilities, and just putting certain questions forth to be able to walk away with a level of confidence that Guyana is indeed ready to host the Games, and where we feel there's a need for assistance, the NACAC Federation Association is more than willing to lend its assistance and guidance, because as he indicated, this is the first time.
According to General Secretary Keith Joseph, the last 2 days the team spent in Guyana was to fine-tune plans for Guyana's hosting the significant Jubilee Anniversary edition of the Games. He added that Barbados, who hosted the first Games in 1972, would have liked to host the Jubilee event, but unfortunate circumstances, including inadequate facilities, disallowed that from happening.
The stadium at Lenora, it's a lovely facility. We know that there are some challenges there, but we have identified some of the areas that we would like to impact upon in preparation for the hosting of the Games. But certainly we believe that the athletes who are coming from the various countries would welcome the opportunity to compete there. We've also visited a number of hotels. You have a growing hotel stock in Guyana, an impressive hotel stock, and we believe that with proper negotiations, the local organizing committee can accommodate all of the visitors, delegates, athletes, etc. who would be.
Joseph lauded the support of the Guyana government in making the event possible, noting that when Guyana submitted its bid, it did so with the government's approval.
The evening sports will continue in a moment. Stay with us.
My sister's pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy, Massey Stores Pharmacy, where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Your home is a long-term investment, including most of its features. So when purchasing windows, ensure to acquire a superior product like Kendra's double-sliding heavy-duty window, optional burglar bars, protective insect screens, rubber-sealed thick glass, stainless steel tracking system and rollers, secure and durable locking system on both panels. Inferior products on the market fail to secure your home effectively. So be on alert for inferior imitation. Key things to avoid are problematic latching locks, a poor tracking system, making daily operation of your windows difficult and sometimes impossible. Poorly built insect screens, glued on copycat designs, thin and easy to break glass. Always choose the affordable brand from Kendra's aluminum windows and products, built on a tradition of excellence.
The Vallejo Experience. We cater for all of your psychological needs. We promote holistic wellness, balancing the mind, body, and spirit. I am Dr. Giselle Miller, CEO and founder of the Vallejo Experience. Contact us today. We are willing and ready to serve you.
Why not stay in, turn off the alarm clock, and sleep some more on your perfect mattress from Quartz? For the widest range of mattresses from the world's best brands, the best value guaranteed. Shop today and let our sleep experts help you to decide on the best option to suit your needs. At Quartz, we don't just sell mattresses, we're offering you the best night's sleep. So, sleep in a little on your new mattress from Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
Welcome back. Trae Young almost single-handedly stunned the Philadelphia 76ers in the NBA on Thursday, while the Los Angeles Clippers paid tribute to Kobe Bryant. Named an All-Star starter ahead of Ben Simmons, 21-year-old guard Young outshone his fellow Eastern Conference stars as the Atlanta Hawks topped the 76ers in a 127-117 win. Young had a double-double before the first quarter ended and finished with 39 points, and a career high of 18 assists in the upset, while Simmons went 10 of 15 from the field for a match-high 31 points. The Clippers set rivalries aside before their clash with the Sacramento Kings to honor Los Angeles Lakers legend Kobe Bryant, his 13-year-old daughter Gianna, and the other 7 people killed in Sunday's helicopter crash. Paul George narrated a moving video that was broadcast before 24 seconds of silence, while Bryant's old Lakers jerseys, normally covered during Clippers games at Staples Center, were left visible. Sacramento went on to win 124-103 as Kawhi Leonard, who was involved in the warm-up, failed to play a minute due to a lower back tightness. Former world record holder Asafa Powell is confident he will get to the elusive target of 100 sub-10 clocking sometime in the coming season, despite insisting that it is not necessary for a primary focus. Powell, who set the world record twice, first in 2005 with 9.77 before lowering the mark in 2007, 9.74, has the most sub-10 clock-ins in history with 97. The 37-year-old has, however, been hampered by injury in recent years and has struggled to dip below the mark in recent years. The runner has not managed to go below the mark since 2016 when he clocked 9.92 with a sudden preseason behind him. However, Powell feels he is ready to get back to his best form. Achieving the target is well within his grasp. And that's how we end sports this evening. We'll be right back to wrap things up.
Brick by brick, piece by piece, building with technology, helping wealth increase, starting small, building the future, doing more every day, doing more together. BOSVG, the bank we count on. BOSVG, our one bank together we're strong. Our nation's bank, standing long and proud. One bank, one voice, saying it loud. BOSVG. Hey, building our future. Doing more together.
OSVG, doing more together.
Quality products, quality care, low prices, great customer service, all at QCare Pharmacy. QCare leads the way, providing all your pharmaceutical needs, a variety of personal care products, and so much more. Located on Halifax Street. Telephone number 451-2690. QCare Pharmacy, where the Q stands for quality.
Beautiful white and black sand beaches, lush mountains and valleys, rivers, hidden waterfalls, and multiple islands and islets. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are a friendly people, welcoming tourists from all over the world with exotic boutique and luxury hotels and a hospitable business environment. Let's make all tourists welcome at our international airport, on cruises, on yachts, on sailboats, on land and sea tours, at beach lines, at our restaurants, shops and bars, and at our national festivals. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Tourism is everyone's business. Live it, love it, embrace it.
Tourism is everyone's business. Yeah. Live it, love it, embrace it.
Why not stay in, turn off the alarm clock, and sleep some more on your perfect mattress from Quartz? For the widest range of mattresses from the world's best brands, the best value guaranteed. Shop today and let our sleep experts help you to decide on the best option to suit your needs. At Quartz, we don't just sell mattresses, we're offering you the best night's sleep. So, sleep in a little on your new mattress from Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
And now for a second look at the headlines. Fatal shooting of a nurse raises concern about the growing levels of domestic violence against women in SVG. UWI Pro Vice Chancellor confident the Caribbean will be able to weather the current health scare posed by the coronavirus. Divided Britons bemoan and celebrate Brexit Day. And in sports, SVG National Women's Cricket Squad off to defend their title in the Windward Islands Female Limited Overs Cricket Competition. On behalf of all of us here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I am Bhavin Oliver. Don't forget to visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news and daily headlines. Also tune in for SVG-TV's News in 15 at 12:45 p.m. weekdays. Have a good evening.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentions for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices, then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6, a bigger jackpot game.
Now you'll love Super 6 even more, because every time you spend $6 on Super 6, you get a chance to win 6 times your spend instantly. Wow! That's 6 times your spend of $6 on Super 6 for 6 weeks. Now there's more reason to love Super 6. More money, more money, more money!
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6, a bigger jackpot game. Super 6, bigger jackpots, more chances to win.
Why not stay in, turn off the alarm clock, and sleep some more on your perfect mattress from Quartz? For the widest range of mattresses from the world's best brands, the best value guaranteed. Shop today and let our sleep experts help you to decide on the best option to suit your needs. At Quartz, we don't just sell mattresses, we're offering you the best night's sleep. So, sleep in a little on your new mattress from Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
With Flow, win a bag of money, cash out, get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money? Yeah, from Flow.
Okay, so check this. Flow is giving away $30,000 in cash. 2 bags of money, plus $1,000 every Friday.
With Flow is better every day, and now we're making Fridays great. There's 3 ways that you can play.